This shirt was one of the shirts I got when we was on our trip to Japan in 1981. It was one of the first trips the England women had ever been abroad out the country. That was a great experience. From where I'd come from, you know, kicking a football about with my dad, to walking out on pitches and representing my country, yeah, just absolute pride, yeah. I'm Carol Thomas. I captained England's women's team from 1976 to 1985. My dad played local football in Hull, and I had an older brother. He came along and I was kicking a ball for as long as I could remember. Along came the 66 World Cup. I was 11 then. Obviously that influenced me a lot. Luckily in Hull we had our own Works League at the time. There was a lady living near me who played for one of them, and she invited me to go and join their team. And especially as the ban was still on in that time, you know, the ban from women playing football wasn't lifted until 1971. We weren't allowed to play on affiliated pitches, so we played on parks, works grounds, wherever there were posts.
Were you always destined to be a captain? Was that always a focus for you, a key part of playing for you as being a team leader?
I didn't set out to be captain, but I think it comes across, I'm basically quite a shy person, but I like to think I encourage the girls and the ladies in the right direction. When I became captain, I wasn't a shouter or anything like that. I like to think that I led by example.
You've had a career as a coach as well. Did that go hand in hand with captaincy?
Yeah, it helped a lot because I went on the first ever women's prelim coaching course at Lilleshall. There would be about 15, 20 of us, I think, and I was lucky enough to be only one of 3 that passed that course. So I was, yeah, one of the first FA women's coaches, yeah.
Fast forward on to becoming England captain and taking over from Sheila Parker. I mean, when did you realise you were the next, you know, England captain, and how did that make you feel? I
mean, I had no idea. It was 2 years and I'd only played 5 games. It was the beginning of the Pony International Championships, which is the home international championships, and we were playing Scotland and Wales. And on the night before Wales played Scotland, Tommy pulled me to one side and said he was going to make me captain. I was over the moon, absolutely, to be following somebody like Sheila, who was the first ever captain, and to say I was only 20 to be made England captain, the second ever England captain, yeah.
Were you nervous about taking up the captaincy?
Maybe a little bit, but as I say, I enjoyed playing the game, and the girls around me that we were playing at that time, we were just like one big happy family, and so there was no problems. I just captained in my way, and to me it obviously worked because I was captain for 11 years. Up there, that's my first cap that I got in 1974 against France. Totally handmade by Flo Bilton, the lady from Hull.
The first England woman to get 50 caps for England. I mean, that must have been such a huge achievement for you, and that must have made you feel immensely proud.
A great achievement, and I was, again, so proud. You know, I've had so many firsts in my career. It's unbelievable, really. And like I say to the grassroots girls that I speak to, you know, you carry on playing and enjoying, and you can see the world, you can see great things by playing women's football.
You led the team into a European Cup final against Sweden. I mean, that must have been a momentous time for yourself.
So proud to be captain, not only playing for England, but captaining my team in the first ever UEFA Championship final for women. Immensely proud to have led them to that final, yeah.
When you look at the kind of how the game is now compared to the 70s and 80s, I mean, you must be immensely proud that the women's game is so strong.
Absolutely, it's gone on from strength to strength, and certainly since the middle 90s, when it come under the umbrella of the FA, obviously there's more money coming in. You've got the WSL now, you know, and a lot of the girls that are playing for England now, probably most of them are professional anyway. So that's helped the game on, and I like to think that we were just that little stepping stone to putting them to where they are now, the women's game.
And then when you look at kind of England captains past and present, you know, from Sheila Parker through to yourself and Steph Houghton and Leah Williamson, is there a common thread through all of them that makes them so special as England captains?
It comes across in the women's game where the captains, we tend to lead by example, you know, and if something needs to be said, then we'll say it and the girls accept it. And the main thing I always used to say is, let's enjoy it, The result will come. We play to the best of our ability and the result will come.
And looking at the current England side, I mean, is that a side that you'd love to have been a part of or captained?
Had you asked me when I was a 19, 20-year-old just setting off, I would love to have had the chances that the girls have now. I would just say to them, enjoy it and make the most of your time playing women's football at the highest level.
Leah Williamson is captaining the England side for this summer's tournament. What would be your words of advice to her?
Tell the team to go out there, enjoy it and just play the best you can. You know, they've done all the coaching, they've done the training and hopefully the result will come for them and I'm sure she'll be a great captain.